The siren! Aha! He meant the siren!
Yes, obviously that's what he meant! Hello everybody and welcome back to Apollo Justice! So, I was a bit confused with this bit. I actually done this intro a couple times and then I didn't realize I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know how to progress stuff. So, I figured it out, and now here we are. That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you? My brooch? Yes. Well, it may be mine. Yours, Slamerar. I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. I must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lamerar's. Thank you. I was wondering where I dropped it. So this brooch belongs to her? That begs the question. Is something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? What indeed? What indeed? Oh, how are you, everyone? I've been struggling a little bit myself. It's a classic intro, you know? I come in, I say hello, I ask how you're doing, and then I tell you, I've been doing terribly. But, no, things have been looking up. You know, things have been hard, but they are looking up. And I hope the things are... If they are hard, they're looking up for you too, you know? July 8th, 12:22 a.m., backstage hallway. Whoa! Who's there now? Ah! Oh, God. I was expecting Trucy. I don't know why. Ah, it's you. Where were you? Ah! Emma! Is something wrong? She looks grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. Oh, it's all your fault, you know. Oh, oops. Maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene. What do you mean by impossible? Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. What's gone? The body, stupid! What else? Eh? Mr. Latus's body has disappeared! What? July 8th, Lamar's dressing room. Prosecutor Gavin! From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Latus's body has gone missing? Look for yourself. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. How can you just stand there? We have to start the investigation. There's no need for alarm, Fräulein Detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. There will be plenty of time to ponder the whys later. Well, you seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin. Oh, we'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. How can Mr. Latus's body just disappear? Oh, you heard the man. Let's get searching. Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Tarian. See, Gita is gone missing. It was in the dressing room. Gita? Who's Gita? That's what I call my guitar. You like, man? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or guitars. Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Gita's like a missing person, not lost and found, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, this sure is what did he call it? A sausage? No, wait, it was a pickle. And it's your pickle! I told you to stay in the room! Sorry. Not much else I can say. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate slaku should do the trick nicely. You should watch your sugar intake, Emma. Oh boy. Okay. I guess then we just have a look around, see where the body is, or we just examine again? Maybe with a new piece of dialogue. There should be a body here, but there's not. How could this have happened, and why? A bit lame, but sure. Ooh. Well, that's interesting. The thing's gone up. July 8th, 12:57 a.m. in the wings.
Does something seem different to you, Apollo?
Something is definitely different here.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out indeed. What the fuck is going on here?
That stage there must have been lowered before.
That's the tower that Lemura and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on.
Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder up there against the wall? We could use that to take a look up top.
Maybe we should get Emma.
What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves.
I'm not so good with heights.
Stop whining and start climbing.
Ugh. It didn't look that high from below, really. But when we got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. We found two things we were looking for and one thing we never expected to find. The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist, Machi. What a crazy development. What the frick is going on? July 8th, 10:09 a.m. Write Anything Agency. Wow, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry.
No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why?
Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi, the blind pianist. Pianist? Arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Latouche.
I can't believe such a cute little boy would do something so horrible.
I guess they had proof of some kind.
What proof could possibly prove that?
Morning. But Prosecutor Gavin! What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset.
Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why?
Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet, the powers that be say that, given the circumstances, could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lemura was invited from Virginia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital in this case be wrapped up swiftly. Because that's what the powers that be want, really. Well, those are circumstances, alright. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Forehead. You seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution. The enemy. Ah, right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case. Especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say, me, the defense attorney? That's what I came here to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. You mean Machi? Machi wants me?
This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo! Let's get going!
Right. Good luck. Oh, shit. Wrong voice. Good luck. I'm off to question Lemura. Right, later! I hope I'm up to this. July 8th, detention center. Visitor's room.
Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible.
You said that already. Sorry, Lucky's currently messing with the keyboard. And I'm making me a bit anxious about the recording, but it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Wow, that's a lot of dots.
Machi, everything's gonna be okay. We're here for you.
Hi. Maybe you can tell me about last night? Huh? That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this. In a country so far from everything he's ever known.
Maybe Lamara can help.
But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? Good luck. I'm off to question Lamua.
Oh, what are we going to do?
That's, a good question. I can't even think of anything we can do but go with this. And hope for the best of the trial tomorrow. Oh, God. It is genuinely terrifying. Genuinely terrifying. Oof. Goodness gracious. Quite the development, huh? Quite the development. July 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for... how do I say that?
Machi Tobai, Your Honor, the pixie of the arpeggio.
Right, his trial. Court is in session.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-okay, Judge.
Very well, Prosecutor Gavin.
Ah, my opening statement, yeah.
No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about.
Yes?
Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? I mean, you wouldn't want to say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down.
What are you talking about?
Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial. The Chief Justice's son.
The Chief Justice? I thought I was the Chief Justice. Let me go around telling everyone I'm the Chief Justice. Someone else is the Chief Justice?
Apollo, you need to sit down.
I can't, Juicy. Not until I'm Chief Justice. Oh, goodness.
His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems.
Ah.
So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of just pretending?
She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
It's because you're constantly repressed, Apollo. Even I can tell. It's why you need to screech so loudly that you're fine.
I'm fine!
In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly.
You're in luck, Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romain Letus, age 35. The global manager for Tiva Songstress, Lamewa. The cause of death? Blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all the details.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Letus's autopsy report added to the court record.
45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off of his feet.
However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved.
I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering.
Crime photo added to the court record. 2 shots were fired. One shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found at the wall of the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit.
I see. The court accepts this as evidence.
Diagram added to the court record.
If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use.
Really?
Yeah, apparently weapons that size have a very powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body.
The defense will take more care in choosing examples. I love my bones, every single one. My favorite is the humerus, then the femur, and then my 250 other favorites are in order.
Judge, maybe you could just, tell me your favorite order of bones after the trial, yes? And we can compare.
Yes, Clavier, finally. Someone to take to Bone Town.
I don't know what I'm saying! What do I never know what I'm saying? Oh, God. There was a significant lack of dumb shit in the first half of this episode, and as soon as the judge comes in, we're just right back into it. Oh, gosh. Oh, Georgie, how's your face? You goober. As I was saying, the victim was shot in the backstage. Fuck! As I was saying, I hate to get the laughter out, but like, things are just so serious the first half of the episode. Oh, fuck. Oh, goodness. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room only has one entrance, this door.
That does seem to be the case, yes.
However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots.
He's talking about you and Emma, huh?
Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course.
But that's impossible!
Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person.
One person?
That is, of course, the defendant Machi Tobai.
Only this defendant could have committed the crime? But how?
It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear.
Very well, I assume you have the testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand.
Oh, Emma. Love you, babe. What's your name and profession, please?
Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night.
Emma seems tired somehow.
Security at the concert, you say?
Some security I was couldn't even stop a murder.
Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know.
I'm sure that makes her feel much better.
I want to hear about these bigger mistakes.
Oh, don't worry, Trucy. You'll hear about them in the news. There were no survivors.
That's true, I made sure of it. Oh, I'm talking out loud, aren't I? I thought I was doing it in that little blue text with the brackets.
Yeah, but you see, Your Honor, like, people can hear us even when we do that. Like you're under arrest, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. In any case, because you're on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony, if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please.
All right.
Murderous circumstances.
Apollo, did you just name my testimony? That's really weird, you know. Can I leave the stand?
No.
The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots.
I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it.
Excuse me. It was lucky that a detective was the first on the scene.
But that door was the only way out of the room, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it?
Looks like we need a bit more information.
Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination.
Oh, I feel like I'm cut off my game a little bit today. Usually I don't know, I'm thinking a bit quicker, but I don't know, something about today, I just feel very, a little bit sluggish, you know? I haven't had my weed, that's probably it. As you guys know, I smoke a lot of weed. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. In any case, let's get on with it. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert.
My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods.
Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench. Or conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Well, isn't it obvious? My keys! That whole morning, no, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't drive my heart to the show, I couldn't open my guitar case.
There he goes again.
Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them! Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own.
What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, guilty! That makes you a prime suspect!
Love, slow acting and new. A talking 9 is waiting for you.
He's singing something.
Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? The killing happens in the middle of my concert. Sorry y'all, I forgot to adjust the screen settings so that it wouldn't turn off every 10 minutes. And it did turn off, but it's all good, it's still recording. We're all good, we're all good. The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Ooh, like maybe some kind of sound cloud, you know? Like I could be drifting through the clouds. I wonder if anyone's had this idea before, you know? Gosh, I'm so smart. Let me look at myself in the mirror again. Ooh, I look good. Anyway, I didn't want... I can't even... Tell me that's not something Clavier would do. You can't. Just can't do it. Anyway, I didn't find anything else stolen. So I put a detective with the most time on their hands to the task.
I see. I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean time on their hands?
Please, the testimony.
Oh, Emma. You'll get your day, don't you worry. We were let in, though.
I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you.
I gave the Fraulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again.
Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now.
Gee, great.
Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off.
So no other outsiders were there then?
And then... Why the hell did he want Trucy backstage? That's so creepy. Clavier, fuck off. God damn, just give it B-word, Clavier, and I don't mean Phoenix, okay? Ugh.
I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots.
You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos.
Hey, no snacking in court.
And you're sure the shot came from Lamour's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here! Here, this'll keep you quiet. Kartonk. Thanks. So,
Munch.
how about it,
Munch.
Emma? We were right, Munch. There, hard to be mistaken about that,
Munch. Please, either talk or eat, not both at the same time.
Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door.
Emma, could I have a snackoo?
Ka-donk.
Munch, this is very, very good, Munch. Yes, even better than the sandwiches that my Munch wife weaves with baskets underwater, blindfolded. Munch. That's a reference to a line from a previous episode, by the way. It wasn't just a really specific. Oh, goob. Anyway.
Rock? Blaring, yes.
When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days?
That's right. When we went into the dressing room, and the judge went into the 1950s, apparently. Music was blaring over the speaker on the wall. They pipe sound from the stage into the backstage through speakers. That way people in the back can hear them when they're supposed to be on stage. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the governors with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime.
If you could hear that music playing.
Said everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know there was only one exit from that room, the door. A small window only opened a tiny crack. And I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility. The air vent.
Objection!
But that air vent was too small! Who could possibly? Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was a child. A child. Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. So for the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child.
The defendant!
The pixie of the arpeggio flitted up towards the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime.
Objection!
But that's just conjecture! Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, forehead. And there is one other vital piece of evidence. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened. Wait, what? And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobai's fingerprints. What?
Order! Order!
That event was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Ugh, only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie.
Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whipping it up in the audience!
So this was his decisive evidence.
Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit.
I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. It can't be over already!
Very well, I believe this trial is finished, if the defense has no contradicting evidence.
The prosecution has presented our proof plain and clear. We have contradicting evidence. It had better be clear and plain.
Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already! We better come up with something quick!
I know! Think what can get us out of this! We need evidence, or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt! Without that...
Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you'd better tell us about it now!
This is it! Well, it's so soon! If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof! Fuck! Wait. We do have proof. I'm pretty sure we have proof. I'm saving it anyway. Give me a quick savey-wavy. Right. I think it's evidence? I mean, we have what's his face said, right? So, I mean, I guess the witness would be Apollo in this instance, right? Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to the crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, Atroquinine, my love.
There he goes again!
That's too bad, because there was a witness.
Ho, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge the prosecution clearly does not?
Because I am the only one in the world who knows this! What's going on? I just talked to him and now... Oh, sorry, I need to adjust the settings on my computer real quick. Just real quick. And I think we're gonna do a slightly longer episode, because I don't know if y'all saw my post, but basically, I'm gonna be starting the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door playthrough. I'm recording this the 22nd, so it'll be the 23rd, hopefully, that it goes up. But yeah, really exciting, huh? So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna split up the week. I think we're gonna do longer sessions, and we're just gonna do it every week as opposed to bi-weekly. So give me 1 sec, and I'm just gonna change the setting. Aw, Lil Goober's here to say hello. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Alrighty. What's going on? I just talked to him, and now... He's alive! Mr. Latouche, can you hear me?
Cold. So cold. Witness.
You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Hope is on the way.
Can't see.
Hey, you there, Mr. Latouche? Tell me, who was the witness?
Witness. What? The victim said this before he died.
Perhaps he did, and perhaps he did not. What do you mean by that? All we know is what Freud says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself.
Objection!
But it's the truth! He said it! I even told you about it! But apparently you ignored me completely! It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job.
That's enough! Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours unknown to the prosecution. I hope you're right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. Ugh! Oh, there's no backing out now! Let's hear that. Oh no, Judge, that was your line. Oh my god, Judge, that was so funny. Oh my god.
Yes, Clavier, it was very funny. Now then, let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice.
Alright, who do we think, y'all? Who do we think it's gonna be? Who do we think it's gonna be? It's gonna be this one.
Lamira.
Recall Mr. Latus's last words.
Witness is Siren. The siren! Aha! He meant the siren!
Yes, obviously that's what he meant. Jesus Christ. Judgy! That's right. The siren of the ballad. Lamira! Lamira was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness!
I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
My claim still stands. There was no witness to the crime.
Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lamira to the witness stand.
Lamira would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her, no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind.
Ah, you can speak English?
Yes. Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. There is much I do not know.
You speak so well. Have you spent time here before?
Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language, nor where I studied it. Huh? What does she mean she doesn't know? I too sought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lamira suffers from amnesia.
Amnesia?
Lamira is not my true name, yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage.
Whoa, she's even more mysterious than I thought.
As lauded singer, Lamira, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress.
I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lamira, unless your past involves a crime, and then I care very much.
So I guess what you're saying, Your Honor, is that you very much do care about people's pasts.
Guilty!
Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lamira, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the white forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my!
Congratulations, Apollo! You're the bad guy!
Ugh!
Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime.
Alright, here we go. what I saw. I guess I'm just gonna name all the testimonies now. I wasn't doing that before, I don't think. Maybe I was, I can't remember. I'm gonna keep doing it if I was doing it before.
As for what I saw nothing. That night, I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gravin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
I must say you sound wonderful just testifying.
I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. So you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat. And will refrain from entertaining her longer than need be.
Wow, you just got better, Apollo! Way to go!
Ah! Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet.
Lamira wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what! Oh yeah, let's do it. But you must have seen something! Mr. Latouche named you!
Mr. Latouche, how can I tell you what I don't know?
Lamira! He said you were a witness with his dying words!
I do not know what he meant to say, but that night...
It was a great concert.
You heard me sing. Thank you.
I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually.
Of course.
Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. Guilty. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be very nice.
Here, Judge!
Oh, what's this?
It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving.
What? Oh, my grandchild will be so happy.
Apparently his grandson is a big fan. Let us continue, shall we? If you would, Lamira. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. Oh, Judgy, what you like? You did not return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing?
I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things I must do for a performance other than simply sing.
And was Machi with you at the time?
Unfortunately, I do not know where he was.
So much for an alibi for Machi. With Machi, correct? How was he then?
He seemed as he always does, though I believe he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latouche's death. Yet, he's not the type to show much emotion.
Yes, he's given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting flames speak nothing. The questioning hasn't gotten very far.
We sat there, waiting.
See, he's not very emotional, but then he shows how scared he is when he's talking with Apollo, and that it's just so heartbreaking. Like, poor Machi, you know? How was the incident explained to you?
I was told nothing in detail, only that Mr. Latouche died.
Of course, investigations require some security.
But Mr. Latouche was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. Both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern.
Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you.
Yes, I understand.
Think, what doesn't ring true about her testimony?
It's hard to imagine Lamira lying.
She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. What wouldn't she tell me the night of the murder? Interesting. Alrighty then. What we're gonna do is give Savey Wavy. Now invite sing on stage, and this I did, not return backstage. Aha! You sure about that? Objection! I'm sorry, Lamora, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lamora. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime! What? Lamora, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night!
What is the meaning of this? Lamora, please explain.
Lamora! She says English is quite difficult. That trick's not gonna work here! Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. Wait, what? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that?
What's she talking about, Apollo?
Right when the incident occurred. Ah! Is she talking about that?
Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup.
Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Mr. Latouche! Can you hear me?
Cold. So cold. Wait.
You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way.
With this is
Siren.
written.
Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Yipes! Emma! What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma! Did you see anyone just now?
Huh? No.
I could have sworn I heard a door close.
I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you.
So this is when your brooch dropped. That explains that.
It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it.
But that's ridiculous! You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Her foreheads. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence.
So she looked in at the blah 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 blah.
Sorry y'all, it's a lot of like coming up with a sort of gibberish language and then doing the whole Mr. Latouche bit, and which always gets me like quite like, you know, like very guttural, very like tears in my eyes, you know. Oh goodness.
So she looked in at the crime scene.
Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what happened, of course. The moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice.
Her forehead shouting, "Who's there?" Not out. A horrible voice indeed. Ah!
I closed the door immediately.
Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony.
That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamora, you did look into the room though, right?
Yes.
Testify as to what you saw.
Very well. Though it was only the briefest of glimpses.
Okay, y'all. I think we're gonna leave it there. We're hitting the 50-minute mark. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little longer episode. Like I said, I think we're going to keep these episodes like around 50 to like 55 minutes and do them weekly. So they'll be coming out on Thursdays. That'll be Turnabout Thursday. And we will have Mario Mondays on Monday. Though this Thursday, which will be tomorrow, Apollo Justice will release as usual, and also the first episode of Paper Mario will hopefully release too. So, you know, double whammy tomorrow, and then it will go to, you know, Mario Mondays and Turnabout Thursdays. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. I had a good time. It's been a while since I've done this recording stuff. There's been a lot going on, and I had some episodes kind of bundled up, so it'd been about a week or so. So, it's nice to get back in the swing of it, and I'm sure you guys have missed me saying get back in the swing of it, so I hope you're looking after yourselves, you know, check in with yourselves, hydrate, do all the things you need to be doing, and take all the rest you need, okay, because you deserve it. Thank you for being here, stay gay, stay hydrated, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those good things, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.